What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day. And with that being said, let's jump right into the TA. And by the way, not financial advice. With that being said, let's get right into it. All right, so we're going to cover the charts. We're going to go over the daily chart. We're going to go over the 4 hour, the 1 hour, maybe the lower time frames if we really feel like it. And then we have to go over the economic calendar, and then we got earnings. All right, so we're going to be going over. There's literally 2 important ones tomorrow. One big one, in my opinion. But other than that, all right, there's not really anything there. But we'll be discussing that in the end. All right. But we're gonna start off with just the charts, and we will progress throughout the video. So we're going to start off with Mr. VIX on the daily time frame. Actually, before we go over the daily time frame, I want to point out something on the weekly time frame. Something we pointed out yesterday that I'm not going to say it signaled the rug pull today, but I did definitely shout this out yesterday in the written update as well as the video update. We were getting a cross on the weekly stochastic down, all right, and I shouted out in the written update. I'm just saying, guys, every single time you've done this, you've gotten one hell of a sell-off, all right? But you have not been where, like up here on your CCI, you are the highest that you have been since back here in January. And you guys saw when the stochastic crossed down, the CCI came down from these levels. What happened in January? You had one hell of a sell-off. I'm not saying it has to be this violent, all right? But something very violent can come out of where we are sitting right now, all right? People are bullish. You have no reason to be bullish. I've been trying to tell people this. I told people when we were in consolidation, hey guys, all right, the perma bulls are going to come out, and the people who are bearish here are going to get bullish after seeing the counter trend. And then I told you guys I didn't know what narrative was going to come along, but hey, guess what? It was the hey, inflation is coming down. The Fed is going to either slow or completely pause, or they'll even start cutting back rates. All right, that was the narrative that was being spoon-fed to everyone. But guess what? Told you guys it wasn't real. It was complete fugazi. You could see in the charts that it was complete fugazi. You could see clear as day in what has been taking place on QQQ. We will be going over that after we finish this. All right, but on VIX's weekly time frame, you have your Harami. All right, we have Thursday and Friday left in trading week. I don't know what happens on Thursday and Friday, but I do know that we got the start to the narrative shift that I've been speaking of today. And I actually said this in yesterday's video. I said for anybody who's skeptical about the charts, I'm paraphrasing, but I know for a fact I said a version of this. For anybody who does not believe that the charts predict the news, this is God's honest truth, all right? That this is proof, all right? This is proof. If we have a narrative switch, some sort of catalyst that comes out of nowhere, and the narrative shifts over the next few trading sessions, I have no crystal ball, so I don't know what's going to be taking place. But guess what? If it does happen and the rug gets pulled out from under everyone over the next few trading sessions, there's the proof that charts predict the news. Guess what, guys? Your boy said that, and look what has happened literally a day later. I'm not saying that, like, hey, it's going to work every time, all right? There's going to be times when, they just drag you out, okay? They do exactly what's going on here, where they just do this. They just keep dragging you out. But the fact that they're doing this means they're going to let off the gas sooner or later, and they're going to stop holding you up, all right? And if this was happening on the downside, I'd say they're going to stop holding you down, all right? The further they went on with this, the more explosive the move became. You saw the first part of that explosion. I think we're going to continue. All right, I'm going to be going over my expectations in this video. All right, now that we have started, and now that everyone can stop telling me I'm wrong, everyone can start realizing, hey, guys, the charts actually do predict the news. Why were we just bullish? Yeah, guess what? That's $10 lower from where I was telling you. We'll say $9 lower from where I was telling you, guys, this is where you should be the most bearish. And yeah, this is why I was saying you don't want to be late to the party. You don't want to be one of the people that was bullish, gets wrecked, and then switches to being bearish after 1 or 2 fat red candles. And then you're catching the bottom of the barrel. You don't want to do that, all right? I'm not going to say I'm the best at catching them, but I have caught in every single reversal besides when I wanted to trade with the crowd down here, which was think that a crash was going to be taking place. Every single time I buy into the crowd, guys, please stop doing that. You hear things. The dogs they have things they are playing with. Holy cow, they chomped through that so quick. Way quicker, guys. I just gave them, oh, gosh darn it, guys. 5 minutes ago. 5 minutes ago they had those. They're already pretty much done with them. That's great. They're getting their chompers, guys. Oh, they're finally playing tug of war with me. I was kind of worried that they're never going to get this this drive to satisfy. Like, I'm pretty sure dogs just have to satiate their teeth. I think that's the word for it, where they just have these sensations going on in the teeth. They just have to bite things. I was worried my dogs will never have that prey drive, or like, they have a drive to please me. They have a drive to, like, they get super, like, they're like lovely ladies. I love these babies. But yeah, they never had it up until recently, and now they're finally playing very rough with me. So it's beautiful. It's great. But I will say we're gonna have to upgrade. We're gonna have to get some bully sticks, and only the bully sticks, because, and chicken feet, guys. They love chicken feet. I gotta go get some more chicken feet. Stop and Shop for some reason does not carry chicken feet, so that's a thing. All right, but back to the TA. And guys, sorry about the late update we got going on here. All right, but we will have the written update right after this. The only reason for this is because Premiere Pro cut out half of my video. For some reason. So I'm going to try and make this under 20 minutes because it cut it out. It was a 52-minute video, I believe. And it only showed 21 minutes. So we're going to try and do this under 20 minutes here. I'm going to try and cover everything, make this quick, just so we don't run into that. We do have a thumbnail coming on tonight. I told you while the video was up for like half an hour, maybe 40 minutes, maybe 50 minutes. I had a comment pin saying my cache apparently was full on Photoshop, so it wasn't letting me make a thumbnail, but somehow now it's letting me make a thumbnail when I get home. So now there's a thumbnail. But yeah, guys, here we are, and honestly, this update's going to be way better. All right, everything is closed out. We now I mean, it's the end of the day. It's not going to be a rush thing. I've had time to have my thoughts together, and yeah, I've looked at the charts while I was at work, and yeah, guys, we got something brewing. I told you guys that, hey, to get the powerful rug pull, all right, you need the counter trend move. All right, to get the impulsive move down, you need the counter trend move. All right, let's look at this. All right, so you had this going on here. Let's just say this is this level. All right, from that level, you still went on to fall another $15. All right, I'm not saying that that is like that, but we're gonna be going over things today in this video that are going to suggest, like, hey guys, things are pretty bad. I've been trying to tell you guys, like, things are pretty bad. All right, that whole move was fake. You guys see what happened on SPY today? You engulfed 4 trading sessions of price action. Are you freaking kidding me? You got 1, you got 2, you got 3, you have 4. That's ridiculous. All right, that is absolutely insane. And I told you guys a rug pull was coming. I didn't know it was going to come like out of nowhere. All right, I told you guys that I thought SPY was going to go back up and make that higher high because VIX had to come down. It didn't have to, all right, but it was very likely that it would come down and do that. All right, so I'm still going to say right now, just know that hey, I got some money on the side now. Just take advantage of that. Luckily, I bought the full position back, but hey, I have extra money to take advantage of this if this happens. If we do end up seeing VIX come down here, now I don't know if it is going to. I think we're still going to have another day of selling minimum. All right, we're going to be making some comparisons. Please do not bark at me. Oh, she has been such an attention hog. I thought it was Josie at first, but no, it's definitely Micah. Micah is the attention hog. Josie is like, okay, if you're petting Micah, she'll come over and literally like sit on Micah or like just walk on her. Like and they're like, it's not like she's much bigger. She's a tank. Josie's a tank. Josie's like 36, 37 pounds. Micah's like 26, 27 pounds. So like a decent size, 50% bigger, 40% bigger, something like that. But yeah, Micah is the one who just always demands attention. Or not I mean, listen, she does. I mean, but you can't give your dog attention. I don't know what the other family members are doing, but yeah, no, you can't give in when they are just I deal with dogs all day, and not all day, but quite often. And it is I'm just saying, Like, you gotta, like, let a dog know. All right. I'm not saying negative reinforcement, but it is insane to me how many owners decide not to tell their dog that a certain behavior is not okay. All right. You don't hit a dog. It never will work because the dog will. What is the dog going to think? It's just going to think like, hey, associate you with being hit. Why would you ever want that? You don't. All right. But like 100%, you tell the dog no. All right. And you do it repeatedly. And that's how a dog eventually, like literally within a week, you can stop the behavior. I've seen it like so many freaking times. And I do it to the dogs that I have to continuously work with. All right. So like it works. I promise. It's not like I can use treats or anything either. It's purely like, yeah, you just have to establish that you're the leader. And then there you go. Now you can tell them things. And like it, hey, once you have the relationship with the dog, there you go. The dog respects you. It's a mutual relationship. But like without that bond there, guarantee the dog is not going to listen. All right. Cannot train with treats. Guys, I gotta stop talking about dogs. Kind of silly there. Kind of silly. All right. What's it called, guys? What's it called? It is still completely on the table, in my personal opinion, that VIX ends up coming down here, makes the lower low, and you end up making the higher high here. All right. Maybe it's a little more drawn out. All right. Let's just look back at the chart. Was there any examples of it being a little drawn out? We had these 2 days where you're here, and then boom, you end up having that. Now, what happened these days? So we had November 30th to December 2nd. All right, so going into the end of the week, what happened? November 3rd, back here. Oh, look at that. You had November 30th right there. Now, I will say right now, we do have a speaker tomorrow that apparently is dovish. All right, I don't know. All right, but going off of me, Kevin, because guys, if you do want the fundamental news as it comes out, and literally watch his live streams and just literally see it with him live, what I like doing. But according to him, yeah, this is a dovish Fed member. So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to be said, but I can tell you right now, yeah, Bullard guys today said 5.25 to 5.5% is what he sees the rates at by the end of 2023. That was 100% going off of the headline. All right. I didn't have a lot of time. I also just didn't really, guys, you know this. I don't care about the news. All right. I care about the charts. The charts will literally tell us when good or bad news is coming out. It has consistently worked throughout this bear market. And if it can work in the most volatile market that like anybody has likely ever seen, all right, it's going to work in a normal market. All right. It will. All right. I am extremely confident in that. This is a completely irrational market, but guess what? We are actually doing decent. All right. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Guys, look at this freaking sell-off. I can't believe you engulfed 3 or 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 whole trading sessions there that you completely engulfed. All right. You didn't even go back up to make the higher high. On QQQ, look at that, guys. I told you guys that I was watching the 283.19 gap fill. All right. That is the next level of resistance that I was watching for a reversal point. What happened, guys? You literally opened there and you got sucked back down. All right. Let's just see. Did you literally pumped it open and then you got sucked down? That's crazy looking, guys. You opened right over here. Boom, boom. Like this is clearly a respected line. All right. And yes, guys, I see other people. All right. There's 3 people I watch and like read their stuff. They look at gaps in different manners. All right. I don't. Okay. I'm just going to say right now, this is how I do gaps. All right. You come to the bottom, wherever this, like the intraday price action right here, the wick, the bottom of it. What gap do you have? This is not a gap. In my personal opinion, this right here is not a gap. It's not like several things have showed me that is not how that works. All right. And like, guys, you wouldn't be getting these freaking reactions. Like, because if you were using it, this is the gap fill, you would have never freaking filled your gap. I'm telling you guys right now, like, no, I'm taking this 100% as a gap fill. You reversed off this point. I've seen too many reversals come off of gap fills and too much reactions come off of my gap fill. All right. Not this specific one. All right. But clearly, you literally have exactly what I just showed you. Clearly, this is the line being respected. It's not the other one. This is it. And maybe you do run back up and you do that. I don't care. All right. I'm telling you right now, if VIX has the possibility of doing so, all right, VIX has the possibility of going back down. Please, come on. Come on. Don't freeze on me. Come on, please. Oh, what are we going to have to do here? What are we going to have to do? Change time frames? No. Oh, we're going to reopen a new one? Yeah, we are. Oh, did I lose internet or something? Like, literally, what's going on here? Why did everything get super freaking slow on me? I'm going to X that out. Leave. We're going to come over here. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't even know. I'm not going to do anything right now. I'm not changing anything because we're 15 minutes into this. And, like, I'm wrapping this thing up. This is being such a pain. I really hope this doesn't go down like this, guys. I really don't. Oh, that would suck so much. You're such a jerk. You're such a freaking jerk. I hate this thing. I hate this. Why did it do that? All right, but whatever. It works. We're back up and running. Let's bring you right over there. All right, and then let's bring you right back up there. And let's finish up with the charts. All right, so the daily charts, guys, you literally do have a CCI coming through your sell momentum line. You have your stochastic cross down, which, like, guys, this does not, like, even if it's going to be something like that, and then you get a larger sell-off, like, still, you're going to have, look, you get 2 days of red. I mean, either way, look at that thing. Okay, last thing you got a candle like that was there. You had one like right there. All right, they don't lead to good things. All right, you have an extremely strong bearish engulfing candle. Like, what the hell is this, guys? 4 days? 4 days? You had 1, 2, 3. You engulfed 3 days. And guess what followed? The next 2 trading sessions, you moved down an additional $13. All right. Guess what? All right. This one, you had 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that was the last one. Oh, what followed this? Look at that. Look at that bad boy. Another $16 down. All right. Do we have any other examples of the Mr. Bearish engulfing candle? All right. I feel like you definitely do. I'm just completely missing. I mean, I know you had this, but, like, I'm talking when you're at a top, guys. What is this? You engulfed 1, 2, kind of. You engulfed 1, all right? But what followed? All right. Next 2 trading sessions, you went down $20. Next 3, went down 22. All right. Next 7 trading sessions, you moved $33 down. All right. And we're going to be making some comparisons to something we've seen on the chart. Oh, you had that one. Oh, what followed within 6 trading sessions? You fell $40, dude. I don't think that's about to happen. But I think like that's on the table, guys. I've been saying, like, hey, the further you grind up there, the bigger this move is going to be. All right, and, like, we're gonna look at QQQ right now. All right, and look at that, and you're clear. Like, everything is just looking so beautiful right now. This is what I was saying. All right, like, it was around the corner. I don't know why people were panicking. Like, I get it. It's because you don't see what I see. But, like, if you're gonna come to the channel to see what I see, please just open the eyes. I can't force the horse to drink, but I can bring the horse to the water. I'm bringing the horses, all of the horses, to the water. Any horse that would like to come to the water, I am bringing you to the water. You have to make the decision for yourself. Like I said, it's not financial advice. I'm showing you exactly how I plan on getting rich. Most of the charting that I do is in these video updates and then, like, the written updates. So I use this. I benefit from this. So, like, that's what I'm getting at. It's not financial advice, but I use this for myself. All right. So, like, your best interest is my best interest. All right. Again, I spoon fed everyone, just like even the doubters. All right. I told you exactly what was going to happen. I just didn't know how it was going to go down. This is the start of exactly what was going to happen. This is what I was saying. You are going to have one hell of a rug. All right, what is this? In one day? Now, I understand it's no $15 move down, but you didn't have a freaking catalyst other than the Federal Reserve gave you another reality check. I've been trying to tell everyone, hey, when we were back up here, guess what brought you down? It was Jerome Powell. I remember it. All right, it was either this whole rally faded, and guys, keep in mind, this is a massive move down. All right. Or then you have this freaking, and I think it was right here. I think Jerome came out right before open and literally opened his mouth about saying, like, hey, we now need, we're going to have interest rates over 5%, and we're not cutting rates throughout 2023, which means they're going to be held over 5% for all of 2023. All right. That's what like the narrative was there. All right. It was also a big fat recession narrative. That's what was taking hold here. That's what was taking hold here. All right. But guess what? All of these pumps were all these fake inflation is coming down pumps. All right. It's the same thing you had over here. People are being spoon fed the fake news. In reality, the news just follows the charts. Even though, like, the charts probably actually follow the news, but whoever makes the charts follow the news, they know the news ahead of time. All right. There's probably some. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but they're like, they're probably like, I'm serious. Something like technical analysis works for a reason, and I can't point to that exact reason. Maybe it is that so many people are looking at this and so many algos are programmed behind technical analysis. Like, think about it. That's what an algo is. You either have a news algo or you have a technical algo that triggers at certain levels or when certain data drops. And that's what I say, the news algos, right? You don't have any other algos. There's not a fundamental, and yeah, fundamental is that news algo. All right. So, like, but they're all centered around each other because the technical algos set up what the news algos make happen. It's weird, guys. So that's what I'm saying. It really is all connected. I've been trying to tell you guys the past like week or two. It's so connected and everything is aligning to die. All right. You have DXY over here on the weekly time frame doing this. All right. Guys, last time you were down here, you don't stay down here. All right. And like, guess what? We're in a time where the dollar, like, guys, we know something's going to wreck the financial system. All right. Who says the dollar doesn't completely take everybody out? All right. I'm not saying it happens. I'm not saying we come back up and break this high. All right. But I'm saying, like, I think the dollar will continue to prevail over all of the other currencies. So yeah, all right, but just realize, like, you know, when you're having like a mega rip in the markets, all right, because like let's look at what. First of all, there's Bitcoin, all right, and that's like a lot. That's like a big reason I think that the monthly time frame is, instead of doing an '08 kind of thing, all right, where you stay down here for quite some time. So we would be right around here. All right, we would literally be before this waterfall moment. We would be right here, right before, like, let's just really compare this, all right? You're here. So you have like this slight, you know, you don't have a bullish divergence going on, all right? But you have this hinge upward, all right? So you made this formation is what I'm talking about, all right? And that's sloppy drawing, but it'll get the job done. And then you come over here, and this is 2008, all right? So in reality, how I see it is like, we're right here. All right. So we're right about to have this sell off, and you had a minus 8% sell off in 1 month. Holy shit. Holy crap. Pardon my French. It's always like one or two swear words the whole video. I just slip up. It comes out of nowhere. But straight up, guys, all right, we are in such freaking volatile markets, right, guys? I'm talking about, like, we're probably gonna see an 8% move, like, over the next like 2 weeks, and here you have it happening in a whole month. I don't know. And this, people thought that was volatile. Nope. We're in the craziest markets I think anybody has ever traded. All right, which is beautiful because that's why it's great that we get to learn here. I got to start wrapping up this video. I can't have that be happening again at the 20-minute mark or whatever it was, 21-minute mark. But yeah, guys, we could be like, we very well could be right here. All right, I just don't think that's gonna happen, because of where Bitcoin is right now. I think Bitcoin's going to have one hell of a rip before that happens. So then it also has room to come back down. All right. And when I say everything works together, I really do think everything works together. I'm not a conspiracy theorist or nothing. All right. Nothing like that. I'm just a realist. All right. And like in reality, all right, it makes perfect sense for Bitcoin to bottom at the same time SPX. I trade SPY, so we're gonna chart SPY. Makes perfect sense for SPY. I don't know where SPY could bottom. It could even like come down to lows and bottom. I just don't think that's gonna happen. I think we're probably gonna see this wave of selling probably conclude around the lows. All right, in my, like, that's my personal opinion. It doesn't have to happen. All right. So like, keep in mind, guys, this is all like just in my head. All right. All of everything on this channel. This is all just Henry's whack brain. All right. That's kind of what it is. All right. But it makes perfect sense to me. All right. To see, like, we have the first wave of selling. The first wave of selling was a freaking $35 drop in 5 trading sessions. All right. I think we're about to have something similar to that, but we're also going, this video is going to be a little longer. Gosh darn it. Gosh darn it. But you're going to have the second wave of selling, and I don't know how strong it is, but it's probably going to stop somewhere here. I don't know where. All right? But like it could come here. If it's a really strong move, like I'm saying, guys, we have a chance of doing it. We're going to look at some things, all right? And we have a chance of coming way down quick if this is like something like this. Like, look at how far, like, that selling did not let up for, what is that, 4 freaking weeks? No, three weeks, guys. I got 3 weeks on the contracts. This is what I was trying to tell everyone. Please stop worrying about me. All right, worry about your own money. Like, I was gonna be completely fine regardless. Okay, I was trying to tell people this, and like, again, worst case scenario is like, hey guys, I get to take like the Mara account and just like literally load up when the time comes on Mara shares and calls / Riot shares and calls. And there you go. We get to ride that bad boy out. All right. That's worst case scenario. And like, I don't think people were really realizing that as well. All right. Like I take big bets because like I'm 23 years old. All right. And like, honestly, guys, I'd rather make a few $100,000 and coast for the next year safely, and then I get to play with like, oh, then you could just play with 50 grand from now on. That could be like max what you have going, and the rest is literally like, hey, you either have it on the side or you have it like you have your long-term port. I don't know. I haven't been up there in a while, so I want to get back up there. That's what I'm saying. All right, I've experienced that before. I want to experience again, and I know exactly how I'm going to do it, and that's what I'm documenting here on this channel. All right, and like, all in all, guys, this channel really is, I'm trying to target the people who don't want to watch the market all day. I will come here and literally, we will get the job done in a 30 to 60 minute video each and every day. All right. And I really do, like, I don't pay attention to the news. All right. So I really do believe if this has been working for months on end now, all right, why is it going to stop working? All right. I do pay attention to the news, but like at the same time, I never know what's going to happen. I know what happens in advance because charts, all right? Crystal balls. Listen, the crystal ball is terrifying, guys, all right? Maybe it does exist, but the crystal ball is absolutely terrifying, and you kind of just put yourself under public scrutiny. I think that's the term for it. But like, all in all, guys, yeah, all right? The crystal ball is like, it's there. You just don't like it. It's like a tease, all right? It just pokes you, and eventually you poke the bear enough, and it's going to bite you. And that's what we had going on here. I didn't know when it was going to happen. I had no idea, but it just started. All right. I do think you'll have minor counter trends along the way, but I don't think it's going to let up for quite some time. All right. You come over here now that we've discussed the daily time frame. All right. Which actually we didn't finish on QQ. I want to go over QQ. All right. I understand. All right. But we have a bearish engulfing candle. Did not engulf as much as SPY did, but we had some pretty sexy price action here on QQ today. All right. Like I said at the beginning of the video, you did close your gap. All right. You have oscillators hinged down from overbought territory here. All right. And your RSI honestly got pretty freaking high. All right. It's the same spot all of these drops happen. All right. So we'll even, like, and keep in mind, this was in your uptrend, all right? You continuously held this low, all right? Kind of. You held like a zone down here. On SPY, you held it better, all right? You really had held the zone, and that's why I prefer charting SPY, all right? But everything works together, so we have to use QQ because this is also half of the baby. This is half of the market, baby. Well, this is 1/3 of the market, baby. That's why we do SPY, QQ, VIX. All you need is SPY, QQQ, and the VIX. That is all anybody needs for the rest of their life. In my personal opinion, once you master these bad boys, you have a money printer, which is your brain. All right, so there's that. But guys, the reason I say this is so perfect is this is something I called out. Here you had declining volume in here. All right, look what happened, guys. You finally got your explosion in volume, and it was for the breakdown of this freaking rising wedge. All right, you come over here to the 1 hour time frame, and guys, this thing just looks ugly. All right, it looks terrible. All right, so what am I going to do right now? I'm going to point out where we have seen quite a few reactions. All right, so here, yeah, you needed that to actually form the trend line, but after that, you had one reaction here, you had one there, you had one there, you had one there. All right, I mean, we're not going to call that a reaction, but as you see, like, you literally came and had another reaction here. You came and you had the reaction right here, came and flipped that, and then did that, and then you went on your merry way. So I'm just saying this trend line is something that is being respected. All right, if you don't have it on your chart, I think it is worthy of being on the chart. All right, I'm gonna be watching when we do hit the trend line. I don't know what's going to be happening, but I can promise somewhere along the line I'm probably going to try and take some profits. But I'm also going to explain why there's the chance that I will just not do that until certain levels are reached. But keep in mind, I also might be doing that because I do know for a fact there is still the chance that we end up seeing VIX come down to the new low. All right, I'm not going to let go of it. There's going to be the chance. But at the end of the day, no, guys, these contracts that I'm specifically in, I don't care what anybody else is in. And again, don't worry about my freaking money. Yeah, these contracts, guys, are going to catch what I see over the next 2 to 3 weeks. All right, I picked that date on purpose. All right, maybe I could have won Feb 17s, but guess what? I picked it on purpose. You think I'm going to be holding this throughout the whole down move? People are saying like, oh, do you think that's enough time to catch? Like, I remember when I was entering, people were saying like, oh, do you think that's enough time to catch the whole move? I don't care if it's enough time to catch the whole move. It's going to get in the money and they're going to print. I'm not going to say I did this well. I will not say that at all. But again, the whole like, just like the scared for me, all right? Just like quit it, all right? Like I was so freaking like when everyone was all concerned, guys, this is something I called, all right? This is literally we were down here when I was calling this, and I already got scared of the calls, all right? I didn't get to take advantage of all that, all right? I did not, all right? I will not freaking have anybody scaring me out of my position when I know for a fact a rug pull was right around the corner. All right. And yeah, I said for a fact because, yeah, people kept trying to be the contrarian saying, oh, maybe we just grind up. Oh, with all this bullish pressure we've been seeing, all the bullish price action, how are you gonna expect any bears to come along? Well, guys, the bears came out in full force today. All right. I'm just saying, I've been pointing out that we've had fake price action. That's what this is. Fake price action. You had a very clean breakdown of this wedge today. All right. It was beautiful. All right. It's beautiful. I'm not going to say I was watching it. Like I really was not. I wasn't watching the market too much. I did record the video. It did turn into a 50-minute video earlier. But yeah, that now we're here. So, you know, that scratch that video. It doesn't exist anymore. Because it literally only like recorded like 20 minutes or uploaded 20 minutes of it when it was a 50-minute video. So it was something in Premiere Pro because the raw footage worked. All right. We got to fix Premiere Pro. But either way, we're going to see if that problem pops up this time. I'm going to make sure it is working before I upload this. All right. So if you do see it on the other side, just know it went to the other side. It made it. All right. It did not. I did not have to sit here re-recording something that was shorter. All right. You got the best version of the video is what I'm getting at. All right, but DIA, guys, same exact picture, except holy crap, is it leading the charge? I did not see this. This is crazy. 1.83%. What is IWM down? Dude, these look so bad, guys. These look so bad. What the flippin' flopping is all these? All right, DIA. We thought you were going to hold up. What are you doing, dude? You're down, freaking. Oh, I did it again. That's okay. DIA is leading the charge, right? Are we really going to see DIA lead the charge to the downside? I hope it led the charge to the upside. I hope it leads the charge to the downside. That would be glorious. And we would have all the indices in alignment. All right, here I am thinking DIA is going to it's not going to fall as hard as the other ones. Well, guys, maybe it does fall as hard as the other ones. It's doing the exact same thing as SPY. All right, so we're going to have to see about that one. Now, I will say it just isn't at a trend line. But DIA was the only index, I pointed this out, it was the only index to break its trend line last time. All right, so because of that, oh, and you actually flipped it. That is also a thing to be noted. And you flipped the trend line. Like that is something that's pretty nice, all right? I think you do end up falling back under it. We're not going to keep it on it. I'm not going to chart DIA. I don't see a point. But, all right, but you know, it's there. All right. We will keep paying attention to it. And, yeah, I mean, bad things coming for everything. Bad things coming for everything. That's all I really want to say. All right. All right. So the lower time frames. Now we're going to start talking about when did we last see these things take place. All right. And before we do that, we have one thing to reference. I mean, all right, before we actually talk about what I'm trying to talk about right now, let's go over the lower time frames. That makes perfect sense. All right, starting off with SPY. All right, you're already in oversold territory on the 4-hour CCI and stochastic. All right, which means like, hey, the possibility of a bounce is now here. All right, you're right at 390. I'm just gonna put this back on the chart because this is something I took off. But this 390 to 392 level was something significant. Okay, this was where you literally held for beginning of the middle of November all the way up into that. So you held it for a whole month and then you smashed it exactly a month later. Holy sweet baby Jesus. Holy crap. Oh, and dude, it gets even crazier, guys. This is a crazy level. Holy Jesus. How did I miss this? How did I miss this? You gapped through it. That's how strong it was. You have so many freaking reactions at this level. Guys, 390 is actually an insane level. But I'm going to tell you right now. Oh, like, what if it does this? Look at that. Look at that. You literally came back down to, but like, I don't know. I mean, I know for a fact it's not going to flip this bad boy. So if anything happens, it's going to be like that. All right. So I'm just saying it's not going to flip it. Don't be concerned that this crap is going to happen right here. Well, I mean, you could be concerned, whatever you guys want to do. Just know I'm not. All right. Because yeah, I give it a very, very, very low probability of that happening. It's just not. It's likely not going to happen. But either way, let's leave this on the chart just because I did not know how many reactions happen at this 390 to 392 level. That's absolutely insane, guys. Now I see why I was holding over here. All right. But because this is the impulsive move that I was expecting, I'm going to say this is probably not going to hold. All right. So let's look at the last. We're going to reference QQQ. All right. QQQ right here. All right. No, we still didn't freaking finish. Guys, I got to stay on track here, right? I mean, it all really does tie together. I just hate that I like literally go back and forth so constantly. All right. Between like, I just got to finish with one thing. All right. 4 hour on QQQ. All right. You're not in oversold territory yet. You have room to the downside. You do have your RSI hinge in there though. All right. DIA, you're way down there. All right. You're down bad. All right. I want to point out. Last time you got down here on DIA, you did that, and boom, you fell another 332 all the way down to 326. There, another $5 to $6, maybe $7 there. All right, before then having a decent sized recovery. All right, literally back to where you were when you were right here. All right, and that's exactly where we are right now. All right, and look at your RSI. Your RSI is also already at this oversold territory down there. I think we are going to end up pushing down, though. I think we are going to end up having, before getting any, like, I'm not going to say decent rebound. I don't think there's going to be a decent size, like, the counter trends aren't going to be much. It's like this counter trend was of this big thing that's going on, all right? This was wave 1. You got the wave 2. I'm telling you right now, I'm not the best, but hey, I could do a little thing or two right here, and guess what? Wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. It all happens in waves, all right? And this is either going to be a corrective, all right? We're going to see this in a corrective sequence, all right? So it either goes like, I mean, you had the impulsive move here, all right? So, I mean, maybe you have that, and that's your corrective move, and then you go there. Probably not, all right? I'll tell you right now, that makes absolutely no sense. All right, but for this whole freaking move, I was looking at the wrong freaking thing, all right? I don't know why. Guys, it's the end of the day. Forgive me. All right, forgive me. I was talking about this, okay? This could be your corrective move, and it could be something like that. And then you would have an impulsive move to the upside, all right? I don't think that's going to happen. I think you're going to have a 5-wave sequence lower, all right? But again, I'm not the best. Go follow these Elliott Wave people. I know there's the Panda guy on Twitter. That's who I follow for, like, I like his Elliott Wave stuff very well. All right, but I will say, I like my TA better, just because, like, you know, my TA doesn't give the possibility of being wrong. All right, I'm gonna say that right now. Like, it doesn't. It's TA as you go. Like, it's not something that, like, hey, if this. But that's why I am working on Elliott Wave. It will be in the analysis, guys. I am just. It's not good. All right, I don't know. All right. I don't know. All right. But it will be in here in the following months. All right. And that's because, like, I do think it's going to provide a crap ton of value. But I will say with Elliott Wave, no. I know for a fact the Elliott Wave continuously gets things just canceled out. All right. I time reversals. That's what I've been developing that skill set, the skill set of timing reversals. All right. And I've been pretty dang decent at it. I have just FOMO'd. All right, like this was easily called. I told you guys the 200 MA trendline resistance, golden pocket, gap fill. That is your magnetic resistance. All right, that's what I was saying when we were in consolidation. That is those are four strong resist. The only resistances around, might I add, the only resistance until you run back up here. So what are they gonna do? They're probably gonna act as a magnet. That's what I was saying down here. All right. So, like, the fact that I completely botched this, all right, this whole entering on the counter trend, the fact that I did that, that's the sucky part. Okay. That is like the really sucky part. I hate that I did that. But at the same time, I also hate that it was public information that I did that. All right. I don't want to expose myself like that anymore. All right. I will not expose myself to being kicked while I'm down. I don't care if most people are supportive. All right, the people who are going to do it are going to freaking put salt on the wound, and then they're gonna put their foot in my wound, and they're gonna twist it when I'm down. And you know what? I just don't want that. All right, so yeah, I mean, likely I will not expose people to my exact positioning sizing anymore. I will not be specific on any of my stuff anymore. And that's because, you know what, people are just jerks, and I'm all good. I am all good. But at the end of the day, value doesn't change at all, what I'm providing here on the channel. So that's that, all right? You're like clear as day. If you've been following along, you can clearly see how someone can make a lot of freaking money. All right, I'm not saying directly off of my TA, but, like, I'm going to say right now, this TA has literally nailed quite a bit now, all right? Quite a bit. And again, charts, another just point in time where we have proven that charts predict the news here on this channel. So that's that. All right. But yeah, guys, on the 1 hour time frame, you do have this bullish divergence forming here on SPY, and I will point out, we could just see it. I think you fell $3 lower while forming that. You went from there to there. All right, that is 250. All right, and then you come over to SPX, and you actually also have the bullish divergence. And everything means more if it's on SPX. All right, I'm just getting at that right now. All right, but I want to point out, last time you had this impulsive move down. All right, let's just see. All right, and this was just this. All right, we can honestly, in my personal opinion, we can very much so compare it to this. All right, let's look at this five-way sequence. All right, it was this. There you go. And that was that. All right. It would be that. All right. So let's look at that. All right. Well, this wave was absolutely massive. I'm not saying this wave is going to be massive, but I think you have something very similar to that in store, which is going to bring you, like I said, you have a solid shot of the first, like this leg right here ending around lows, slightly under lows, slightly above lows, just somewhere around there. Just because of how big this first move down was, all right? Like, let's just look at this, all right? Let's compare it to this, all right? So you have this. You have it is a 9% move down, all right? I think we had an 8-something%. We had an 8% move down, all right? So, like, 9%, all right? Was it 9? It was like 9 to 10. Yeah, so 10% decline there before your decent-sized counter-trend rally. All right, you went up 5.7%, guys. We just rallied almost exactly that, all right? We are almost exactly where we are right here, all right? So you now take another 8% move down, and you're significantly undercutting these lows. My contracts will be around $1,000 right about here. That is what I'm waiting for, minimum, all right? That is the exact thing. Like, I can almost guarantee I'm going to actually be out of a lot of those contracts by down here because, again, guys, all right? I told you guys I'm going to be good. I'm going to be freaking good. All right. But like, I'm also not going to be risking it for the biscuit. I fully acknowledge these, they have like 20 days on them right now, 21 days, something like that. Maybe I don't even know. Maybe they have less. But either way, all right, I acknowledge it. All right. So like, if we do decide to come down here and I don't take advantage and then we start going back up and they only have like a week on them, well, then I'm like, crap. All right, that sucks. Even though they'll have like a week and a half to 2 weeks, I think we're going to hit this by mid next week. All right. I personally think there's a very solid shot. All right. That we come down here, undercut this low, and we come down to 370 very quick. All right. Very freaking quick. Let's look at SPY. All right. Let's just look at SPY. All right. Because like I told you guys, we do have this bullish divergence, and we did just talk about how you are on that 390 level here. All right. So it is very possible that you end up seeing this play out. You have this, I think you have 3 points of divergence here. All right, just like that. And it's very possible you see it go like this. All right, maybe you slightly fall tomorrow to make this a little more defined there. All right, but look at where you are on your RSI. You also have a very slight bullish divergence there on your RSI. But I think this is probable right here. You do have a little push into tomorrow morning. All right, we're gonna have to look at the economic calendar. When is that guy or that lady speaking? All right, a little push into tomorrow, but I do think you're just going to maybe even buy open. Maybe you just resume that selling. All right, but since SPX doesn't trade the after hours, maybe you do end up getting that push up. I don't know, but like at the same time, guys, we can do something like this where you just kept falling. Look at this, guys. You had that right there. Guess what? You still kept falling. All right, that was your first sign of a bullish divergence there on the 1 hour time frame. All right, you come over here. This thing is really freaking tiny. It's comparable to just this right here. You had this little one right here. It gave you a pop. All right, does it just give us a little pop? Yes. That is, well, I don't know. All right, but in my personal opinion, that is the likely scenario. All right, but again, be completely open-minded that maybe, all right, SPX goes back up and makes a new high and brings VIX down to a new low. Because again, that trend is a trend. All right, 5 out of 6 times the VIX has had an almost 100% spike right after bottoming. That has been there. All right, and the only time it didn't is when the CCI didn't reach this oversold territory. Well, guys, we're deeply oversold here. All right, so it's still heavily on the table. I'm not going to be taking any money off of the table until we reach 370. All right. So please don't ask. All right. If you are someone I will know if you're watching the video if you do ask. All right. I will know that you didn't watch the video. So, and then I just won't want to tell you anything because I'm literally giving my time out here. It's free. All right. Giving it out for free here. Quite a bit of time each day. So, I mean, which is fine. I enjoy doing this. All right. Now, I will say I don't want to do this at night. This takes up so much time. It's 9:30 right now. And I still have to do the written update. It's going to take half an hour at least. So, there's going to be that. All right. But all in all, guys, you have a setup for a rug pull. Let's, now that we are at the end. All right. Now that we've finally covered all the rest of the TA. Again, I mean, it's just kind of one big picture here on the channel. All right. Not going to say I like it that way, but over time it will improve and your boy will be able to stay on track, all right, in a more focused manner, all right? But for now, this is what we got, all right, guys? But like, let's just realistically look at what happened over here, all right? You come over here and that was your big sell-off there. We can look at over here, all right? But yeah, these were the days that just, and I really would say it's most comparable to what happened here, right? You had your first wave of selling. You had your first wave of selling. All right. You did have that $40 move down here before that, whereas we only had like a $35 move here. All right. But guess what? You had your first wave of buying pressure come in that from the low went up 6% over there. We went up 6.6% from the low over here. All right. So we even had a stronger bull trap counter trend rally. And guess what? It took more time, sucked more people in, and got the job done. All right, you really think they're going to end up sending this thing back up with how many people we just all saw get bullish right as we approach the trend line? You got to be freaking kidding me. I was trying to warn people. All right, I told you guys at the beginning of the video, the crystal ball is freaking terrifying. All right, it's literally terrifying every single time. All right, as if it exists. It doesn't freaking exist. All right, but yeah, either way, if it did exist, it would be absolutely terrifying. All right, but guess what? It tells you that hey, likely right around the corner, this is there. All right, but right here, we're going to look back at this line on the 4 hour time frame, and we're just going to see what happened because right now, all right, we are in that oversold territory here. All right, so on SPY, what happened after you reach oversold territory? Look, I mean, you kind of did this and you kind of just consolidated around here. We'll just say you reached it right here on this candlestick, all right? Well, all right, you didn't stop falling. You didn't get any decent move back up. I mean, you had this right here, so you fell another $10, and then you gave $5 of that back. That could be literally what we're getting, what we're about to be getting right now. All right, we're gonna get the bounce, 390, or we go a little lower to QQ's trend line that we talked about earlier in the video. We'll review that one more time. Or you do that and you bounce there a little, but again, it's going to be one of these sissy $5 bounces followed by a lot of selling. All right, but like regardless of that $5 bounce, guys, you fell $36 more before any reasonable rebound. We'll even say $30 more, dude. But realistically, yeah, before any decent sized rebound, you fell freaking $34, all right, 34, 35, all right. That's crazy. All right. And then, yeah, you had that. Excuse me. You had that. And then, boom, you had your final wave of selling. Which, yeah, I remember this day. This thing wrecked me. That was a thing. That was definitely a thing. All right. But you come over here. Well, what happened, guys? All right. We did not even get close to falling to that $30 yet. I think that is, again, going to be taking place before any reasonable amount of selling. I think we're going to surpass the fall we had over here. All right, you guys saw over there. Well, we just went over, guys, from where you peaked over here. I think this is a $50 drop. Holy sweet baby Jesus. All right, 56. And then again, you recovered like a lot right there, like $25 moves to the upside. And then boom, what happens? You fall another freaking $25 to $30 from there. All right, absolute insane moves, guys. Insane moves. That is why the bear markets make people rich. All right, we get rich in the bear market, wealthy in the bull market because we get to ride things out. But like while this volatility is here, we're gonna learn how to play the absolute crap out of it, and then we're gonna play the absolute crap out of it. I think we're doing a pretty decent job here, even regardless of what just took place over the past week or so. But again, this is why I say screw the haters. You are the perma bulls. You are the people coming out that were somehow getting bullish right under the trend line. When you know what? Guess what? I may not have played the crap out of it, but you know what? I predicted the crap out of it. So, like, at the end of the day, the crystal ball has beaten you. And it's also kind of beaten me because, you know what? You think things aren't going to happen, all right? And then you FOMO in. But you know what? The crystal ball freaking wins in the end anyway. So, all right, But yeah, guys, all right? It's a massive move you got here, all right? Absolute massive move. I'm not saying that does end up taking place, all right? But even if you do just get another $35 move before any reasonable rebound, you're coming down to 365. I think it's going to be probably somewhere a little lower than that, all right? But if you are going to just even match the first wave of selling here, all right? The first wave of selling pressure that came along, which keep in mind, you have a stronger setup here than you did over here, all right? And keep in mind, third rejection, really, guys, third rejection, this is what you want to be seeing after also seeing that, all right? And keep in mind, guys, 4-hour CCI is down here, but where the heck is the daily one? The daily one is all the way up here, all right? And I've seen it before. This thing can, if we get one sick, nasty day of selling here, this thing can come into oversold territory in 1 to 2 trading sessions. I've seen it before. Well, I've seen it go up in one trading session. Let's see where that was actually. Oh, it was literally. Oh, was it one? Dude, I swear I saw it go up in one. Maybe it was this one. No, actually, you know what? Maybe I'm capping. Maybe I have not seen it go down in just. Maybe I was referring to here. I don't know. I could have swore I've literally seen it turn from. Oh, it was probably this I was talking about. That is probably what I was thinking of, which is this bad boy right here. Either way, let's just look at SPY, all right, to come down from where you were over here. You took 1, 2, you had 3 days of fat selling before any recovery, all right? That 3 days of fat selling, guys, how much did you lose? All right, in 3 days there, you fell $20. All right, 20 freaking dollars. So we already fell here. So let's just like look at this out. All right. there you go. Before you even have any chance of consolidating, guys, I'm going to say you're probably going to come down and you're going to tap that 380 level. Now, in my personal opinion, you're probably going to break that. All right, you're probably going to see this daily CCI come into oversold territory exactly like you did over there. And you're probably going to stay down there for a little while and form a bullish divergence that will, in the end, give you your other and your final counter trend rally. I'm not saying it's going to happen, all right, but look at what it predicted there, all right, and you just, yeah, you kept people right here thought, oh, bullish divergence, all right. Honestly, I could have thought that. I don't know. But look at that, all right, you're here. Oh, you got that little pop, boom, relentless selling again, all right. And again, guys, there are little waves of selling inside of these bigger waves of selling that we're going to see. All right. They like market just, they don't fall straight down. All right. I don't know when that little, what we just spoke about, that little $5 pop, I don't know when something like that's going to come along, but I can assume that it will be here at this trend line. All right. Or you come over here and like, honestly, we could even see it right now. And I say we could see it right now because look where we are. We're right here where reactions tend to happen. This is where we've seen a lot of reactions over the months. All right, which again, that's something that I didn't know before this video. I had no idea. But I'm glad we looked at that. And that's what I'm saying. Guys, a lot of my charting does get done in these videos. That's why they have grown to be so long. I have just put more detail into the charts, I'm pretty sure. More just, the analysis has grown. All right. Also, I have I enjoy talking. All right. I enjoy talking to this. This is literally how I get my thoughts out. All right. Like when I say I enjoy doing these, I really do enjoy doing these. Because I make money off of it. And that's at the end of the day, that's all I want, guys. I want to be rich. All right. I want to not have to care about money anymore at all. I don't want any worry. Yeah, that's at the end of the day, that's the goal. All right. Complete financial freedom. All right, guys, but all in all, guys, you have one hell of a rug pull on your way. All right, you now have the rug pull has commenced, it has started, and it's begun, and here we go. You see right there, you had that, and that's why I say it's very comparable to what we had here. This bull trap here on what was it, SPY over here. You saw it happen on QQQ this time around. You did not have the just declining volume. You technically did. 62 million. Yeah, you actually did have 3 days of declining volume, but the picture isn't as beautiful as QQ's. But you have the same exact thing over here. And after this day, guess what? You had like a flat day right there. But let's just see. All right, give it 3 more trading sessions, so 3 more days, and you're down $10. All right, give it 9 trading sessions, so 2 more weeks, and you're down $30 more. All right, I'm not saying that happens, but we're just gonna look at like if that does happen, and this is what I'm saying. This is why I say this zone down here, this like from lows all the way up to like we'll say like 360 maybe. All right, but someone I don't know when it's going to happen. Again, we will be here each and every day updating you. All right, well I will be here. All right, there is no we. But like I will be here watching the chart because I need to be watching the chart as it happens, because like I'm gonna need to take profits at some point. All right, I'm gonna have to take all the profits at some point, and I will have to wait. If I want to play this, I don't know if I will even attempt. Who knows, guys? After this, I honestly might just sit on my hands. I'll keep doing the TA. If I do see a solid trade setup forming, yeah, I'll take it, but it'll be conservative because look, it could literally just slightly undercut the lows here again, but it is a decent sized move right there. That's a $25, $30 move. All right, but who says I don't just sit on my hands and wait for Mara? All right, that could very easily, or very likely, honestly, be what happens. All right, Mara is a baby. All right, I told you guys. It's perfect day to take profits. By the way, look at that fat minus 17%. All right, I tried telling you guys yesterday. I hope people were, yeah, I hope people nailed this with me. I really do. We're going to literally get another opportunity to buy in at 350. Hopefully, we get the opportunity at 250. If Bitcoin is at 14K, yes, I think 250 will be hit. All right, I think we come to $2 if we go down to like that 10K level. I don't know. I know a lot of people wanted to go around 10K, so I think that is the self-fulfilling prophecy where we see an insane amount of buying pressure stepping down there. We already saw this mega bull trap that just took place. All right, you got the bearish divergence going on your RSI. You have a very slight one going on right here. All right, you have it on stochastic. You have a sloppy looking one on there too. All right, but all in all, guys, yeah, bull trap. All right, just wait. And maybe it's not. All right, but all in all, this is a signal of strength. The fact that you got over the 200 MA, but I don't think you're going to be holding it. But I think that's a sign that they're going to let it up. So next time you do end up going up, all right, it's not being treated as this is what I'm getting at. Because here, look at that. All right, this was that. All right, now, this is not what happened last time. This is what happened last time. The bears weren't fully there. So now you come down here. I don't know where you're going to go. Maybe you come all the way down to the 10K mark. I have no idea. All right. But then I think you're going to break this. And like that is when I think you might flip it, or like either way, who cares? All right. That's when I think the Bitcoin and the market are going to have a very freaking tradable bottom. All right, guys. So I guess the last thing we could really talk about is we have Netflix earnings, guys. And that we do know what happens with Netflix earnings. All right. And if you don't know, guys, Netflix, for some freaking reason, gets treated like the, well, I mean, actually, it was a FANG stock. I always forget that. It literally was a FANG stock. Netflix just kind of, sort of did this, you know, after Jim Cramer just kept pumping the thing. And look at that. It is like, so someone wanted to do, shout out to Jeremy. All right. Netflix on the channel. Honestly, I don't think it's a terrible idea. I think there should be some channel stocks that we follow here. I think Netflix is one of them. Look at this. You went up 100%, guys. We could have played this. All right. This probably, your options probably went up over the market. I'm going to have to look back on these, but you went up 100%. I'm just saying, guys, I use Netflix. I don't think Netflix is, I'm not going to say it's a solid business model because I think their whole, we create our own movies. I think they're losing money on that end of it. I really do. Their own movies and TV shows. I don't think that's worth it for them. All right. But all in all, I use Netflix. I think if they make some decisions, and I think they're going to have to make some decisions in this these upcoming few years. All right. And my point is they've been beaten down to a pulp, and hey, they still have stuff to offer. All right. They're still a sweetheart. And yeah, it could get more attention in the overall market. So it's something that, you know what, guys, just for everyone. And honestly, you know what? Not just for everyone, for myself too. All right, we're gonna keep Netflix on here. All right, we will create another one. All right, we'll create new list, channel, darlings. Nope, not darklings, darlings. All right, channel darlings. We got Netflix, we have Apple, we have Tesla, and I'm just hey I know for a fact these are favorites that people trade. All right. And like Apple and Tesla, we should probably be watching those anyway. I think they're probably going to be moving the market. All right. I guess we could have Microsoft. Oh, freaking Google, freaking Amazon. Yeah, of course we'll have these. We want no, I'm not going to vouch for anyone to freaking trade Meta. So you know what? Screw that. All right. We're not doing it. All right. Is there anything else? Guys, if you have any tickers, and I'm obviously we're not going to throw any random tickers on here. If you have any tickers, though, that you think, you know, people would enjoy having this, you know, leave them down in the comment section. If I see you get 2 likes on that thing, they're going to be on this. Well, you know what? I'm going to obviously have to review these tickers. All right. But if I think they're valid, like, you know, they're going on there. So shoot me with the ideas. All right. But also, if you guys do ever want me to review specific tickers any day, all right, I promise. I will literally do this every single day. I will take a list of the tickers from the previous video that you guys have mentioned, and we will review them in that video. At the end of the video, we will have like 1 to 5 minutes of doing that each and every video. All right? But you guys got to provide me with tickers to look at. This is 100% for your benefit. But obviously, hey, you guys will act as a think tank for me, and I will have trade ideas popping up out of it because, hey, without you guys recommending them or wanting me to look at them, I wouldn't even have noticed them because I watch the indices. I like the indices. They work. All right, guys. So I think now that we got all that out of the way, we have one last thing to talk about. I know, hour and 5 minutes. Crazy long video here. All right. But you know what? I think it's going to get the job done. And yeah, you know. But yeah, all right. You had today. That is what shook the market. All right. He came out saying that 5.25 to 5.5% interest rates by the end of 2023. That is what he sees. That's not good at all. That's god awful. That's terrible. All right. Who would ever want that? All right. I do. I do. I want to think. I want to see. Things make sense here. All right. I want to see like this giant bubble that has been created. Let me point that out for you. Let me go over to the monthly time from here. All right. Oh, what is this thing you see? Oh, okay. When does this stem back to? Oh, the last crisis. All right. So honestly, guys, in the end, it's probably literally going to come like that. I don't know how. Like, look at this. All right. You had the .com right here. You literally came back down these lows. All right. Did we just do that again where we're coming all the way somewhere similar down to here, down to here? I have no idea, but it's probably going to end something like this. All right. So let's take off all of our drawings right there. All right. It's probably going to, like, obviously you have the zigzags. All right. There has to be the zigzags, but at some point there's going to be the waterfall moment. I don't know how low that waterfall, the watershed, waterfall, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how low you go on that. All right. But after that, guys, you probably do have another like really long bull market, all right? So like we might have until like, 2025 to 2030. These next, this could be a forgotten, a lost decade. It could be very bad. All right, we've seen these in the past, okay? If we want to actually come over to SPX before we get out of here, we still do have to look at that economic calendar now that I think about it. Let's just look at this, all right, guys? You probably, I think, where is it? I know there's like some, I swear there's like, it's known for being the lost decade. Is this it? This is not it. Is it it? It could be it. How many years ago? How many years is that? It's not 10 years. I swear there's a point in time where you just, maybe it was the 1930s all the way back here. Oh, is this it, guys? Is this it? All right, well, we could just look at it. All right, so you have back here, 1929. Right here. Holy Jesus, the forgotten, like, 2 decades. What the hell is this? What is this? Dude, what? No, guys, this cannot happen. I mean, you know what? I would actually love if this were to happen. I would get so rich. You guys would get so rich. We would all get really rich. The people who don't know how to get rich, they would get wrecked until they die. All right, that's 230 bars, guys. Calculator. All right. 230. I believe this is about 20 years. This is so bad, dude. It's like 18 years, 19 years. That's so freaking bad, guys. This is what I'm saying. I'm not saying this happens, but like, it's happened before. But then again, they did not have the Federal Reserve doing what the Federal Reserve does back then. So I think it's more likely that you have exactly what you had here at the .com bubble happen. Oh, what happened with the '08 crash? You did the same exact thing. So you had this build up. .com made its low. All right. You have that. You literally undercut this low. What, by 5%? That couldn't have been a lot. Oh, 10%. That's crazy. All right. But either way, guys, like this is a real possibility, guys. It's a real possibility that we really do end up coming way down. All right. Like this was during COVID, guys. You see what the bubble has grown during like after COVID. All right. Like when in reality, this actually was the whole COVID time. All right. Pandemic. I remember it just kind of got pushed on the back burner. And you know what? Everyone kind of, they panicked and then they locked us down and they ruined the freaking economy. And yes, okay, I don't care what anybody says. I barely knew anything about the market back then. And I clearly was like arguing with all of my friends and family. I was like, guys, they are wrecking this thing. You guys like got to be very careful. Now, I didn't know this was going to happen. I didn't understand how the system worked. Didn't understand how anything worked back then, all right? But your boy still was trying to warn the people, all right? Which was so stupid. You don't, it's whatever. Screw that. All right, guys. So U.S. economic calendar, all right? Thursday. What do we got? All right, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? We have, obviously, that comes out every Thursday, though. So there's that. There's nothing. I don't care. Okay, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't care. But maybe we do move into this. All right, maybe we do move into this. If this person's going to be dovish, I don't know if it's going to happen. All right, but maybe we do fall into that. Either hit QQQ around 273, 274. Sorry, it's the end of the night now. Maybe we bounce to that trend line that we talked about earlier, which is literally this one right here. We can see it very clearly on the hourly chart and the 4-hour chart right here. All right, this would be 273 to 274. We would be hitting that. All right, maybe we get the bounce there. Maybe we don't. All right, maybe SPY literally does this. All right, now check me out. All right, maybe we on the 4-hour time frame. All right, maybe we end up yeah, you know what, on the 4-hour time frame, maybe we end up coming down here. Maybe we fall a little bit. All right, and guess what? So now you're down here. You're at like maybe it even comes down here. I don't think this is gonna happen before a bounce. All right, but if it does happen, maybe it's this. That would be so freaking perfect. Now that I think about it, wow, that'd be amazing. Look, it would be so cool. It would be so cool. I don't know if that's gonna happen again. Like this is just nonsense in my head. All right, you do this, you're gonna lose all your money. That's just, you know, if I take my trades, I'm gonna get freaking rich. You take my trades, you're gonna lose all your money. All right, and that's just how that goes. All right. But yeah, all in all, guys, I think that is it. I think we covered everything. I mean, I want to say sorry for the long video, but apparently you guys want long videos. So oh, let's actually look right before we go. Let's look back over here. What do we have a similar scenario going on? All right. So that is when you had your bearish engulfing candlestick. All right, so we could say it's probably there. All right, and then yeah, you're pretty much right about over territory. And that happens. And yeah, guys, before you got any meaningful bounce, again, you felt 17 freaking dollars. Or guys, if that happens, we are coming down to we're gonna come down to around you know, around these lows, or we might slightly undercut these lows. Then we get a count a little, and again, it's gonna be little. All right, I don't think you're going to let up until you have at least the move you had over here. I just don't think you're going to let up. All right, and this move was there. All right, there was a $30 move down. So if we do get the $30 move down, you're moving to 370. That's where I'm getting the frack out of most of these. All right, and if we get that counter trend, I will be entering more dated puts. All right, and this is what I was saying. There is no point. All right, like if you're playing contracts to get in the money, all right, there's no point in freaking buying more. Like now that you are in the worst case scenario / best case scenario, if you had money to add up here, all right, I botched it. Botched the crap out of this, even though I called it. All right. But yeah, all right. If you had money up here, oh, I forgot. I had a brain fart, guys. It's the end of the night. Holy crap! What was it just saying, dude? How did these happen, dude? They're complete brain farts. They come out of nowhere, and then you completely have no idea what you were just talking about. And I have no idea what I was just talking about. Does this happen to anyone, guys? Let me know. All right. Am I like, is there something wrong with my head where the light switches off just at very random moments? Right when you're about to say something like rather decent, it just boom, all gets up to you. All right. Well, I guess I'll leave it out with that. I don't care. I think we've covered everything. All right. You guys know where my head is at. You guys know what I'm doing. Please don't ask me if I'm taking profits, right? You guys saw the first freaking day of this, and I already got, I want to say, at least 5 messages today on Twitter asking what I'm doing. Are you kidding me, dude? This is what I've been preparing. Are you freaking kidding me, guys? Don't ask me these things. I've like literally spend a lot of time on my videos and written updates just so people know. All right? So like, don't ask these things, all right? Thank you. I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.